up, folks? What's up, folks? This is BG,
And Kay Bella.
and this is something to talk about.
And I want you to talk about me being covered up because this is how they want me to be covered up, but I'm not going to do it.
All right, now today is our live show talking about New Year's. All right, now last night everybody had their New Year's celebration, fireworks noise,
Crazy.
crazy car horns and everything.
Sound like fried chicken.
Yeah, and where we stay in a pretty nice sized city and everything. So it sounded like it was war going on outside
Yeah.
and everything.
Bombs over Baghdad.
We didn't get no sleep till later on. But anyway, um, New Year's, we was born to celebrate New Year's, not really knowing where it came from and everything. And, we just celebrated with the intentions of bringing in a new year. But what we're here to tell you today and to have you talk about is that New Year's is actually a pagan holiday. All right. And
It's intertwined with the winter solstice.
yes. And it's intertwined with the winter solstice season. Um, Let me go ahead to this first quote about New Year's. And it's from Ancestry Magazine and Calendars, November 1st, 2000, by L.E. Doggett. All right. And it says, when the Romans came to power, they continued to observe the new year in March. In the springtime, however, the Roman calendar frequently changed based on the wishes of various emperors, and it eventually became unsynchronized with the sun. In an effort to restore the static calendar, the Roman Senate declared January 1st as the official beginning of the new year in 153 BC. All right. As the Catholic Church expanded, it was strongly opposed to the celebration of the Roman New Year and denounced it as paganism. All right. So I'm going to stop right there. So already the Catholic Church has called it paganism. All right. And the Catholic Church is already pagan in its own right. So it's something when an already pagan organization.
I was going to say something else is pagan.
Yeah. All right, continuing on. All right. However, as Christianity became more widespread, the religious observances of Catholic Church began to coincide with many of the pagan celebrations. What you got to say about that, Kay Bella?
Well, it's just like the whole winter solstice is tied up in pagan celebrations, from Saturnalia to Brumalia to Yule to the winter equinox or something like that. And they honor every god under the sun,
Mm-hmm.
and January is no different.
That's right. January is actually named after the Greek god. No, I'm sorry, Roman god Janus. All right. And out of the cycle, and you go ahead and read it. Mm-hmm. And now Kay Bella's gonna read about Janus out of the Encyclopedia Britannica.
Janus, in Roman religion, the animistic spirit of doorways, Janua, and archways. The worship of Janus traditionally dated back to Romulus and a period even before the actual founding of the city of Rome. Some scholars regard Janus as the god of all beginnings and believe that his association with doorways is derivative. He was invoked as the first of any gods in regular liturgies. The beginning of the day, month, and year, both calendrial and agricultural, were sacred to him. The month of January is named for him.
Okay, now this is who the pagans were. This is who the pagans say that is the creator. All right, Janus. So basically, they saying this is the creator. He is the beginning of all, and not Yahuwah. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and go over. Well, let's go over to another idol that is worshipped during this pagan New Year time, and it is Kronos, or Father Time. Now go ahead and read, Kay Bella.
In Greek mythology, Kronos was the father of Zeus and the other so-called gods of Mount Olympus. Kronos was known as the Silent Reaper because his weapon was called the scythe. in which he used to reap children during ritualistic human sacrifices that were cannibalistic in nature. Kronos, who was also called Father Time, is one of the symbols that is reflected during this New Year time.
Yeah, and what the thing about Kronos is that, you know, as we said, Kronos is the father of Zeus, but what Kronos did, he heard a prophecy that his children was going to overrun them, so he ate them all. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, he carried the silent reaper, and he, you know, reaped children, killed children in rituals and everything. So again, this is another deity that is worshipped on New Year's, whether you think you are or not. All right. And then the next one will be Dionysus or Bacchus. And go ahead and read that one for us.
Dionysus or Bacchus was one of the ancient Greeks that honored and celebrated Dionysus during the January-February months. The festival was called the Festival of the Winepress. Theodore H. Gaster stated this about New Year's. Actually, the New Year babe is far older than he looks. In ancient Greece, it was customary at the great festival of Dionysus to parade a babe cradled in winnowing baskets. This was taken to symbolize the annual or periodic rebirth of the god as the spirit of fertility.
So there we go again. We got another spirit of fertility. It seemed like on all these pagan days, it has something to do with fertility, with sex. I'm gonna go ahead to the screen share and show you the pictures of these different gods or idols that are celebrated on these days, on this day, on New Year's. Okay, just gonna show you. Let's see.
I think it's
Janus first. All right, this is Janus. Let me make sure it's up and y'all see it.
It's one of the deities.
All right. Yeah, it's one of the deities. This is supposed to be the beginning, the supreme being according to the Romans and the Greeks. All right.
And if you can see, it's two-headed, and one looks like a woman and one looks like a man.
Okay. And let me go ahead and try to pull up this next one. Let me see if y'all see it.
They see that. You just press it.
All right. Now the one to the left is Kronos, Father Time, the father of Zeus. As you see, he's holding a baby and he's reaping the baby soul. And to the right is Dionysus or Bacchus. It's a drunk little baby peeing out his liquor. All right. And these are the deities of New Year's. All right.
Of the winter solstice.
All right. Let me try to get out this screen share now. All right. And let me. All right.
So, BG, how did you usually celebrate the New Year?
Staying up watching, I guess, what was it? They used to have like videos and stuff like on to stay up to 12 and, you know, celebrate New Year, watch the ball go down and, you know, have fun. As I got older, it came into a drunken fiasco, a celebration.
Very inebriated.
That's another way you can tell this day is not of the Most High, because most of the time people are getting very drunk and
fornicating,
participating in sinful activities that you know, that the Most High frowns upon and everything. So I know many of y'all might say, well, it's just a celebration, but you got to understand the spirit
behind that celebration.
Yeah, the spirit behind that celebration.
It's wicked in nature.
All right. Now, let's go ahead and read another quote about the New Year's and its beginnings. Yeah, go ahead.
In 46 BC, Roman Emperor Julius Caesar instituted the year's festival on January 1st. Because Caesar adopted the Julian calendar, he switched the new year to the 1st of January to coincide with the Roman Saturnalia.
Okay, stop right there. All right. Now you see right there. Now, the last show we did, we talked about how Christmas was Saturnalia. So there you go. Right there it connected the New Year's celebration with the Roman Saturnella. All right, you can go ahead and continue on.
All right, sir. By the Middle Ages, the New Year was moved to March 25th by the Celts to correspond with their Germanic spring rites of fertility. In 1582, Pope Gregory XIII reinstituted the Roman New Year's date of January 1st due to his acceptance and adoption of the Gregorian calendar. He thrust his calendar on the Western world, and it is the current calendar system that we adhere to today. The traditions and customs of the holiday has basically been the same for about 4,000 years, give or take. So let's take a look at how this New Year's phenomenon began.
So that's just the quote. We already talked about how it began and everything. But as you see that these people here couldn't even figure out when the New Year's was. But when you go over to the Bible, Yahuwah tells you when the New Year is.
It's in the scripts.
And he never ever changes it. All right. He don't change it to March. He didn't change it to January. What he said from the jump is what he said, and that's what it is.
Yeah.
All right. All right. We're finna go into Genesis chapter 8, verses 13. If you would like to read.
Sure. And it came to pass in the 601st year, in the first month, the first day of the month, the waters were dried up from off the earth, and Noah removed the covering of the ark, and looked, and behold, the face of the ground was dry.
All right, so now right here we see that they refer to the first day of the month as when the waters was dry up off the earth. All right, but when is that? All right, now let's go over to Exodus 12:2.
Okay, and it reads, "This month shall be unto you the beginning of months. It shall be the first month of the year to you."
And what month would that be?
Abib.
All right, now let's see. Now we're finna read Exodus 13:3-4.
And Moses said unto the people, "Remember this day in which ye came out of Egypt, out of the house of bondage, for by strength of hand of the Most High Yahuwah brought you out from this place. There shall no leavened bread be eaten." Exodus 13:4. This day came ye out of in the month of Abib.
Okay, so all right there it's telling you that the first day of the month is Abib or Nisan, you know. And the reason why he say this is the first of the year because this is the day that he brought the Hebrews out of Egypt, and he commanded them that this is the first day for them.
Because they brought him out of bondage where they could follow his laws.
Yeah. So if we are followers of the Most High, we must follow this. It doesn't make any sense to change our year in the winter months when it's still cold. All right, it makes more sense to start it in the month of Abib,
when things bloom and grow and begin.
Which is the spring. Now, could you read Deuteronomy 16:1 right quick?
Yes. "Observe the month of Abib, and keep the Passover unto the Most High Yahuwah. For in the month of Abib, the Most High, thy Yah, brought thee out from Egypt by night." Okay,
so therefore you know that whenever Passover, you are in the first month of the year. All right. He says it right there. The month of Abib, and keep the Passover. All right. Okay, and then Leviticus 23:5 says, "In the 14th day of the first month at even is Yahuwah's Passover." All right. Then 23:6 says, "And on the 15th day of the same month is the feast of unleavened bread unto Yahuwah." All right. So you know that whenever Passover and whenever there's the feast of unleavened bread, you know that you're in the first month of the year. All right.
And it makes sense.
It makes sense.
Because they were going through in Egypt, the Egyptians were going through all the judgments, right? And then at the end of that, when he said, "Oh, the Passover," it was middle and the end. It was the end of the year and the beginning of the year for them.
Yeah. So, I mean, we must listen to what Yahuwah says. It makes more sense, and we have to understand that these days like Christmas and New Year's is part of this winter solstice celebration. It's a high witch season.
It's part of the.
You know, it's satanic. All right. I mean, yeah, they cover it up with the bombs
jolliness
and the sparkles in the air and everything. But you got to understand where these customs came from. Learn not the way of the heathen. All right.
From the pits of hell.
Yeah. We must not learn not the way of the heathen. We must not acquire after their mighty ones. All right. We must not do that. We must understand that we are living in a Roman Greco time and in a Roman Greco place, you know, so we are being exposed to all these pagan Roman Greco things, and we're born into this, so we don't realize what we're doing is against the Most High. All right, but he do wink at our ignorance because we was born into this, and this is what we think is right. But once you hear the truth, you must react, and you will be held accountable. So therefore, our hands are clean from your blood. All right. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and read the 2 Samuel 11:1.
And it came to pass, after the year was expired, at the time when the kings go forth to battle, that David sent Joab and his servants with him, and all Israel, and they destroyed the children of Ammon and besieged Rabbah. But David tarried still at Jerusalem.
Okay, so it said, and it came to pass after the year was expired. All right. Now, if you see the, I guess the works of Josephus, he said that this took place in the beginning of the spring. All right. So what we understand is that the month of Abib or Nisan is the first month of the year. All right. And some people like say, how could you figure that out? Well, it said that after the first new moon, after the spring equinox or the vernal equinox. All right. Some people say it's with the barley, but it's just the barley that's in Jerusalem. We can't see that. And plus, when Noah was on the ark, he knew it was the beginning of the year, you know, and he couldn't see stuff. You know what I'm saying? But we just want to let everybody know that this is a very, very pagan day.
No matter if you try to spend it in church or whatever, try to make it seem like it's okay. It's
not
pagan in nature.
It's not.
Don't follow it.
Yeah.
Your new year starts if you are in the covenant, following the law. Your new year starts in Aviv, the first of Nisan, of Aviv, when the barley shows. That's the first of our year. April Fool's Day is what it is.
Yeah, it's like April Fool's. This is really the beginning of the year. If you are honoring this holiday, just know that you're honoring Kronos, Janus, and Bacchus. All right, these winter solstice celebrations is full of witchery, full of sexual cult, burning their children. It's just disgusting witchcraft things that is not.
Of the Most High.
It's not of the Most High. It's wicked. Most of these holidays that we do celebrate are wicked. It's just they just have a covering on it. It's just a covering on it. But if we do our due diligence and really research these scriptures and really research the days that are given for us to celebrate, we will understand that these days are the ways of the heathen and it is pagan. And no matter how you try to cover it up, it's pagan. All right. The reason why it's pagan is because Yahuwah said so, and he placed his own set apart days for us to follow.
Yeah.
So we won't be like the heathen. So we won't follow the heathen. That's why we are set apart people.
And in the scriptures, in different scriptures, the pseudepigrapha, he breaks down that it's 91 days, it's 13 weeks in each one of his seasons. And each holy day corresponds to those 13 weeks. And if you do 4 times 13 weeks is 91 days, 91 times 4 is 364 days, 52 weeks in a year. That's what it really is.
Okay, so when our new year come, on the first of Abib, grab your shofars, grab your horns, whatever, and celebrate. And celebrate. When people come and see this and comment on this video, please keep it about the New Year's. Please don't come talking about we don't believe in the Messiah or this or that. keep it about
the situation
topic.
at hand.
The situation at hand. People,
don't veer off.
Yeah, don't come trying to change the topic and cause an upheaval. All right. Either you believe us or you don't. Either you're gonna study it or you're not. All right.
Keep
But
it
we're
moving.
putting it out there for you. All right. And for those who have ears, let them hear. All right. For those who don't want to hear, that's on you. All right. If you believe that it's okay to celebrate these holidays, hey, that's on you. But you still have to answer for that. All right. You have to answer for that because you didn't do your due diligence and researching these days. You got anything else to offer or talk about before we end the show?
No, just mainly if you read your word and read it with open eyes, with the scales off of your eyes, and make it come, it's reading to you, you'll be able to really see what he's trying to say. Not just about the holidays, it's about everything. And really everybody goes, oh, about the law and this and that. Technically, really and truly, we're under a covenant relationship with him. And if you're in that covenant, you're going to follow his laws and ordinances. And if you're not, then you're going to be a child of disobedience. So we have free will to decide on what we want to do, what path we want to take. And we decide to take the straight and narrow.
Mm-hmm. And we know it's hard to change what you've been doing all your life. But it's hard. It's hard. But this year it's been easier. Every year it get easier.
But then our families forget. It's like for the past 3 years, we haven't been doing this 3-4 years, and then they trying to call and want to come over and want. I don't do that.
You're not understanding why we don't celebrate these pagan days and birthdays and stuff like that. And we tell people these things, and they still come and want to give us birthday parties and wish us happy birthday and Christmas presents and New Year's and all that when they
think
know
that we're not going to take the gifts, and we're not. I told them just, hey, think of me of another day. Give it to me.
And that's the thing. You can do something. I think, the most special thing you can do is do something for somebody when they least expect it, not when a day is planned for, but when they least expect it. That's when it means the most. I mean, you don't have to pick a specific day to love on your family and friends or to give them gifts and everything. It's not wrong with giving gifts, but it's something wrong with honoring these pagan days. I just wish that everybody would just really open their eyes. We're in deception. We're born in sin. We're born into this deception, and Satan really had deceived the whole world, and we're not doing anything about it. We're a nation full of non-thinkers. All right. We have absolutely no critical thinking. We absolutely don't read the Bible without somebody else's interpretation.
Yeah. You gotta study to show that self-approved.
New Year's, 7-day Sabbath, Christmas, Valentine's Day, all them days are not of the Most High.
No.
All right. Yeah, you get together with your family, but you get together with your family on the holy days. The holy days doesn't have to be solemn. They are celebration. They are feasts. They are festivals, except for the Day of Atonement. All right. So you can still have your fun on the holy days.
Well, every Shabbat is supposed to be a great festival.
So you got to understand, on these days they have spirits behind them, wicked spirits behind them. You got to remember that Satan can change himself into an angel of light, and his ministers can change themselves into ministers of light. All right, they're not gonna come at you with horns and tails and pitchforks and stuff like that. They're not. They're going to come at you nice and calm and beautiful and sexy. It's exciting, so they can get you to not follow the way of the Most High. They make it look like it's innocent, make it look like it's harmless, but it's harming you spiritually, because you're really separating yourself from the Most High by participating in these days. Why you think the Israelites got spread abroad? Because we doing what everybody else do except what the Most High says. We do everything else, and then we make excuses when the Bible tells us differently. We just love y'all all. We just want to tell y'all the truth, and we're about to end the show. We don't have a lot of viewers as we did the last time, but that's all good because it's going to go up on YouTube, and we hope everybody see it, learn from it, So this is BG.
And K Bella.
And this is something to talk about it.
Talk about it.
Baruch Shalom.
Shalom.